welcome to Inside FPRA. I'm Jeff Maturo.
And I'm Ross Bartuccio.
And I'm Eric Bocock.
Welcome. This is our first ever program. We're going to do it, try to do it at least once or twice a month to give you any information and everything about FPRA. So what are we going to talk about first, guys?
Oh, controversy?
Yeah, why not? We try
to go straight into the controversy.
Hey, let's get it over with. We had a race, and it was in the X Series. It was Ross and I were tied. It was for all the money. All the championship was on the line. We've got special trophies, big banquets coming up. We'll give you information about that. Rich Barron, known him a long time, great racer, good friend. He's been around the industry. Gator Motorsports, he does the drops. He does Gator drops. He does motors. He's got the wings. The guy's been around the industry for a long time. A lot of you know him and love him. Well, he's saying that Ross Bartuccio, the Ross man. What's your nickname, Ross? Tell me your nickname.
The Slammer.
The Slammer. The Slammer. All right, that's good. And the Slammer he's saying he's got into him. We've been trying to get Rich on the phone. I've called him so he could give his side of it. But Ross, you wanted to make a point. What point did you want to make? That Rich is not here to defend himself or say anything.
No. I mean, like any oval racing, you want to, we race hard, and Rich races really hard. He wants to win. Everybody wants to win. And he thinks I threw it in the corner a little hard, too aggressive, but I had to stay in front of Jeff for the championship. So I had to do what I had to do, but I didn't want to get into anybody, because if I get taken out, then Jeff goes right around me. And
Jeff does go. Who was the TQ that day? It's not that it's important, but it is, because I got an extra point for it. You didn't, but thank you. You were there though. You wanted to talk about your body though. What was the point that you wanted to make that you can get across
the
right now?
week before I told him, hey, look, I'm not racing against you. I'm racing against Jeff because it's for the point, But he's gonna whatever he thinks,
All right, we're gonna try to get him on the phone before the end of the show so he can give. We're gonna try him again. He's actually working now and couldn't be here in studio with us. What's up? All right. Eric was just telling me something. Why during the show? I don't know.
Because
wait a minute. What is that?
Whoa. Who's here?
You gonna get that? Hey there, Judge. Nice to see you. We got a judge here.
Hear ye.
What is your name, sir?
Buford T.
Yes.
Okay, what does the T stand for?
Turd. I can't remember my last name.
You come from a long line of turds, I'm sure. I'm trying to get hold of Rich.
Family
We're
name.
going to have a ruling right now. What is your ruling?
Well, I'm going to tell you. I heard from a Mr. Bocock.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, we got him on the line right now. This is Rich Barron, our good friend. Rich, we were just talking about the incident. We're online.
Nobody's innocent in my court.
We're live right now. You're on the air, Rich. Ross talked about what you missed. Ross talked about there's a mark on his body. So how could he have hit you? Because his body is clean.
As hard as he thinks.
Right, as hard as you think. How could you do that without leaving a body? A mark.
That everybody in the world knows. They're made of left-handed.
Whoa! Hey, there's no need. What is that? What does that have to do with anything, Rich?
What do you mean? The paint's on the inside. How's it going to leave a mark?
Ross, you want to respond?
It would leave a dent if I hit him that hard.
It would leave a dent, Rich.
Unless it's the very front end.
That's the front end. It is the front end. We're talking about the front end.
We're talking, Rich. He's saying he's talking about the front end, Rich.
It's like saying the paint's on the inside. I mean, proof's in the foot, and there's...
Yeah, but there's one little thing. I didn't use Lexan paint. I used Rust-Oleum paint.
He's getting soft. He's saying he used Rust-Oleum paint.
I mean, if it hit as hard or flexed, it would have flaked.
Oh! Wait a minute. That's a good point, Rich. It would have flaked.
That's according to everybody.
No point I've ever heard.
Okay. Wait, Judge Buford Turd something is here. What is your ruling, sir?
My ruling is I watched the incident. Ross was running away as fast as he could because he was afraid of the great predator Ginsu.
Yeah, the
coming
Ginsu.
after him like a sharpened knife through any tomato he could find.
Yes!
He was running as hard as he could,
Wrap
crying.
Wrap this
I'm
up.
going to wrap you. Now, I say this is a racing incident.
All right, you heard it.
I'm out.
Rich, what do you want to talk about? First of all, what is your last words for the incident? What do you want to say to Ross and the rest of the world from FPRA that's been watching you grow as a racer over the years, watching the Ross man grow? Ross man did take the Sportsman X class. What are your thoughts, Rich, after this race?
Well, first off, I don't live there, so he wouldn't have won that thing. Second of all, I mean, think about it. If it's a racing incident and I'm the cleanest racer on the planet, I guess there's going to be a lot of racing incidents coming up.
Oh, that sounds like he just called out the Ross man. And I got
right.
Listen, I will say this. I'm going to be serious. Ross has been clean as long as I know him, and Rich is one of the cleanest drivers I've ever seen. So, do I think he intentionally hit you? No way. Absolutely not.
No.
I still maintain that.
He was scared for his life. He was scared for his life.
Professionalism. I don't think he held a line of professionalism when he was driving. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Out of fear.
Momentary reason.
Okay.
All right, well, I think Eric said it was out of fear. Hey, I think it's part of racing, but I know one thing. You're a great racer. And
I still love him no matter what.
all right, you know what? That's a nice way to end it up. Hey, real quick, we talked about you earlier about Gator Motorsports, what you have. Guys can get a hold of you where, Rich?
Just PM me off of your site. I have a Gator Motorsports page on Facebook, but I always forget to check it. So.
All right, so just go under FPRA.
Yeah.
Hey, we really appreciate you being here, Rich. We're going to talk about some of the other classes, and then Saturday we're actually racing. So thank you very much for your time.
Is he coming?
No, he won't be here for this one, I don't think. Are you coming Saturday?
No, I can't because Ronnie's in a points thing at our track, and it's a points night. It was supposed to be last week, but she messed up, so they changed it to this week.
Okay.
All right, well, no problem. Hey, again, you're always fun to be around and fun to race.
Yeah.
And we will miss you because everybody likes Rich. Yeah. Rich at Gator Motorsports. We love having you. Thanks for being with us, Rich.
All right, brother. See you, man.
See you. All right, well, you heard it. You heard Rich's. We wanted to give Rich to give his side.
Oh, sure.
But I'm going to tell you, I've raced with Ross, man, forever. Never has he. Like, he's tried to take me out, and I've had to beg him in races. Don't take me out. Okay, so we cleared up the incident. Infraction, we signed up 6 more guys. So we'll have them, and they all have cars. And then there's a couple more pan cars. Let's talk about the classes.
Okay.
And we'll talk about points, the banquet, and right now some of the classes that are going through changes. There's one basic one, that's Tamiya Cup. So you guys that like to run touring car, that's where you go. But you can run a lot of different things. You can't run big slashes in there, but you can run 10 scale. You can even run 12 scale. Mike Carruth, one of our FPRA members, he runs an F1 with foam tires in there.
Cool.
So here's what we're doing with the rules. Tamiya Cup has always been a breakout class, and if you broke out over a certain number of laps, you lost completely. Well, we're going to do it like we do Sportsman X. What does that mean, guys? That means it's a delta wave breakout, so it's per lap. So if you go over a certain lap time, then you lose that lap, and the computer, which is nice, the scoring system automatically puts you where you should be after losing that lap. But it does the That's it. That's exactly what happens. You hear Homer Simpson. If you hear that, you broke out, but you're still in the race. Now, Ross won the class, and he broke out a bunch of times, but he comes back and wins. Yeah. He doesn't say, oh, man, I broke out, I'm done. Mason Bocock did really well. Yeah. He broke out, too. And I'm also going to have, it won't create any more time, and it doesn't add more classes. But we're going to do fast guys. We're going to have a fast Tamiya Cup Pro. We're going to have Tamiya Pro and Tamiya Cup Mod. And so there'll be 2 different times set. So if you want to run a 21.5, a 17.5, or a brush motor and run slower, or if you want to run faster, you'll both have a place to race. Okay. And it'll kind of balance out good guys with guys that just want to go out there and have fun. We've got so many members now. We hit the 550 member mark.
I saw that.
Wow. So congratulations on that. That's really a big deal because these are real people with real money, and we have buying power. We're going to talk about that as well. I'm going to work on getting everyone a discount at the local hobby shops as an FPRA member. you will be getting an FPRA member card that you'll be able to hopefully go to the hobby shops, present that as an FPRA member, and get a discount. So I'm working on that as we speak. We're also bringing on some sponsors. We hope to have some raffles in the coming months. We've got some fun things planned.
Yeah.
Bandit class. Bandit is, a lot of you have saying, what's going on with
Bigger.
Bandit?
Gotten bigger.
And it's going to go even bigger because when season comes in the next two months or so, and these guys start coming back down, that's going to grow even more. So Bandit, we still got Bandit.
Yep.
And we opened it up to other rear-mounted buggies, as long as they're a rear-mounted buggy. So if you have a vintage car, an old B3 example, B2
Okay.
buggy, you can run them. And there's a lot of them still floating around on eBay, extremely inexpensive. So we're going to do that. What else we got?
The Southland truck.
Southland Nash Truck. And in Southland Nash Truck, we pay homage
To Chuck
homage
Norris.
to, not to Chuck Norris, to Paul and Dan and Mike over at Southland Speedway. I'll tell you what, these guys are awesome. If you ever get a chance to go to their track, it's on the other coast. It's phenomenal, and they're on Facebook under Southland Speedway. Check it out. And we call
we
it
gotta
Southland
go over
Nash
there.
Truck. We do
Yeah, we
because
gotta-
they treat us like
Yeah.
gold. They're just
I like
wonderful
racing
people.
over there.
It's a great track.
Dirt
and
track.
It's a dirt
Yeah.
track. It's really a
Dirt
lot of
oval.
fun. So if you get an opportunity, please go and tell them that the guys at FPRA said, hey, because we consider them a sister track, and anything they ever need, we'll do. We really like those guys.
Yeah.
But in Southland Nash Truck, there's been one guy around who's been dominating Jeff Record.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff was like me a long time ago, hated oval, and now no one can beat him. I mean, nobody can
Nah,
beat him.
he's really
He
driving.
could go all the way to the end, flip 14
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
come back on
And
the track,
still win.
different car,
Yeah.
and still win.
Yeah, no, Jeff's got his mojo, and he's truly unbeatable. Carson Fisher
does.
does
Yeah,
a great
he's
job.
in the top three, yeah.
Sean, you can't talk about this
No,
without talking about Sean Foley.
Mr. Foley.
Yeah.
He is the popo
Yep.
Mr.
in and off
Foley.
the track. Mr. Foley, we call him, the sheriff. But he has yet to take down and arrest Jeff Record, and I don't know if he can at this point. Do I believe? Maybe.
He
A lot of
can.
people thought Aaron Hunt. Aaron used to be the sheriff.
Yeah.
Then he bought a motorcycle and no Southland Nash truck.
Oh.
So I don't know
Yeah,
what's going on. You have to talk to
That's right.
Aaron.
I haven't
Aaron
seen
can
it.
drive. Aaron is
Yeah.
no respect Aaron because he's really a good driver. It's just
Yeah.
we got to keep him
drive
focused on
everything.
one class. He drives every class.
Yeah.
Every class.
We
But
fell out.
Aaron's always a competitor. He's a great builder. He knows what he's doing.
He could drive.
He can drive.
anything.
He can drive, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the guy gets no respect. He's also a recipient of the Rodney Dangerfield No Respect Award.
That's right. I
Remember
remember that.
You got to come to the banquet. It's a lot of fun. Okay, who else? What other class we? Oh, infraction.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we
my
got 6
goodness.
more guys.
Six
We
new-
must have 80 guys who currently have infractions. It just keeps growing. It's great. We're going to talk about the new brushless system that you'll be able to run. I'm going to post that on the FPRA website. That's been approved. Andrew Rebel actually sent it to me, and you can see Andrew Rebel's got it. A bunch of guys have it, but you can still run the ready-to-run brush motors. They are competitive, and you'll actually save tires a little bit. They're a little easier on the tires.
Yeah.
But that's an extremely competitive class, and Eric W. was the first, Wazalewski was the first one to win that class, and he won it on stock tires, guys. Stock tires.
He
But
can
he
drive.
also came a long way.
He can
He's
drive
been
the
the
wheels
Bandit
off.
King. In fact, he won Bandit this series. So you'll see
nice.
that. Yeah, Tamiya Cup was extremely competitive. Again, for those of you watching, you got a touring car, you got just about anything could be run in Tamiya Cup as long as it's 10 scale. You run any motor you want. So it's nice because you don't have to throw a lot of money at it. Aaron, we talked about Aaron. Aaron ran a semi-truck body like this. I ran this in that class and actually won with it. And this is a stock TT01E with the stock speed control from Tamiya and the stock motor. And this is one of my favorite cars because it handles great. It was the perfect car, and I actually won when we were racing at the library. I
Yeah.
won that series, so it was a lot of fun. What else do we have to talk about, boys? Drag racing. Drag racing has grown every single week. Who's the fastest man? This is a trivia question. If you get this right, Ross is going to send you some money.
Yeah.
Who's the fastest man in FPRA history?
I know.
Who?
Dino.
Dino T, man. Dino, big Dino T, 86.32 miles per hour.
Are you
It's the
kidding
no,
me?
86
No,
miles per
132
hour.
feet. That's
That
fast.
guy's flying. He's the
Wow.
fastest man in FPRA history, and we've got a sign that you'll see that proves that he's the fastest man. Whoever's the fastest man at the drag strip, their name is going on the sign because it's a huge accomplishment, and we'd like to say hats off. Let's salute them, boys.
Track record.
Let's triple salute. That's the Dino. I tell you, I like Just Rob. He's really good. Jimmy, man, Jimmy came out of nowhere. These guys really know their drag racing. They've helped us a lot because we were up. FPRA was brand new to drag racing, and we've come a long way.
Well, tell them about the
Yeah, let me.
pricing
Can you hand
found
me
with
that? Oh, yeah. Just so you guys know, right now, available at your hobby shops and online is a 22S low seat. It's $69, guys. It's a
amazing.
roller.
Yeah.
You couldn't make one for. I just can't believe the price point.
Tires.
So you put a 17.5 because that's one of the classes, and a brushless 17.5. Run the stock tires, get the body of your choice, throw a
Nice.
speed control and battery in it, and you've got a class. We're doing real street this time, and we're also going to do a VXL. What does that mean? A VXL speed control and motor. I don't think you have to use the VXL Speedo. I got to check the rules, but all this will be posted, and that's going to be a competitive class. It's got to be a composite chassis or this chassis.
That is a metal
So,
chassis.
so here's the real street. The VXL chassis are going to be low seat, even though it's metal because it's ready to run. The Slash and the associated DR10. That's the three that you can run in VXL. And we're going to look at the real street rules, and we're going to have those two. But 17.5 is still a good class. 13.5, and the biggest one that the big dogs are in is the Outlaw.
Yeah.
Outlaw. And those guys are absolutely fine. No prep. So there's controversy everywhere, and you see videos of guys thank you, Ross, man. You see video of guys arguing online about the prep, and they're burning up transmissions, they're burning up speed controls. We're not playing that. Are we playing that, Ross?
No.
Are we
that's
playing
not what you
that?
don't
I
wanna
saw a
do.
video where a guy couldn't even pick his car up.
Listen,
It started to
no,
separate
no.
the tires.
You got to come to the line with dry tires, boys, and you've got to do a burnout. And we're watching you burn out. No little wimpy. Oh, I run at a different track.
But it's
burnout.
not required to burn out, right?
It is. Yeah, what are
Oh,
you
it is
talking about?
required?
Don't listen to him.
Oh,
It's
that's why-
required.
I was
That's why he
asking
That's
a
why.
question.
That's why he won't drag
No,
race.
no.
And he won't come to the drag race. And everybody, this guy had the fastest car of anybody. Oh, I can't drag race.
317
I'm not
miles
drag
an hour.
racing.
Yeah, right.
No, but he's fast.
Oh, I know.
And his reaction time, like Sean Foley's a machine. Sean Foley has the reaction times of like Dino T and Just Rob and Jimmy. He's got and Brian. I can't forget Brian out there. Brian is amazing, and he's got the Malibu, which I like. Brian is really, really good from Family Hobby. This kid is good.
Oh, okay, I know Brian.
Brian's a great guy.
Good guy.
I really
I
like
like
him. He's
Brian.
positive. I'm glad he's part of the club. But this guy is really good too. He's a great addition to the sport. We'd like to welcome all of our drag racing guys. We keep growing, and we're going to have more guys there. You already I don't think this will air yet. We're doing oval in 2 days, and then another week from now we'll be doing drag racing,
Yeah.
which Ross won't be at, by the way.
Maybe.
I'd like to see him. Everybody calls me, Jeff, is Ross, man? Nope, he ain't coming. He's got to work. He's got to feed his family. He better get his priorities straight.
Hobbies first, Ross.
I know.
Hobbies
I
first.
know.
There's a lot of stuff on the table. You know, there's going to be a national pan car race that FPRA is going to be part of. There's a nostalgic nationals that's coming up for off-road. So if you like off-road and you like old cars, I think they got a page on nostalgic nationals on
Oh, really?
Facebook.
Wow.
We're going stadium truck too.
Stadium truck,
We got
buggy,
one?
and it goes by years.
wow,
So we're
man.
talking old vintage. I just got a hold while I ordered one of the Joel Johnson 1987 Ultima.
You got
and
one?
that is my
Buggy.
holy grail, and they
Yeah.
finally released it. And I got to have one. They weren't terrible compared to some of the Tamiya re-releases that I purchased that were over $600 and $700. This one
Wow.
was $400, but I'll tell you what, it takes me back to 1987 like I'm in a time machine. Back to the future.
Wow.
Joe Johnson, by the way, I talked to him.
Is he
He was
still
always
around?
professional. If Joe's watching, he wasn't the nicest guy. Was he a turd? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Hey, he's the legend. He's a legend.
He
He
is a
wasn't
legend.
wasn't a big people person.
Yeah.
No, he didn't want to really be
But he
bothered.
was
He's
one of
all.
the
I
first.
gotta say it. He was all business. Brian Kidwald, may he rest in peace. A
Brian
moment of
was-
silence.
Oh,
Moment of
I
silence.
met him. He's a nice guy.
Brian
was
was
awesome.
a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's worm food
shame.
now, but we
I
love
didn't know
Brian.
that.
I interviewed him. He's he was very shy, but the
Expert.
nicest guy.
The guy was an
He was
expert.
amazing.
The
Paul
detail.
Lemieux. Paul Lemieux is one of my favorite
Yeah.
guys, man. He's the Tom Hanks of RC. I love Paul Lemieux.
Yeah.
His son Chase is racing now and kicking butt in off-road.
Wow.
Absolutely
That's so
kicking
cool.
butt. Paul Lemieux, a Gravity RC. Go check out Paul Lemieux's Gravity RC and
Great
see what he's
tires
doing
and
because he's the best. Paul is really a good guy, good friend. We're gonna wrap it up for now. Listen, for everybody here at Inside FPRA, I'm Jeff Futuro.
I'm Eric Bocock.
We'll see you next time. Okay.